Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. I'm going to go over Bitcoin, but also the markets and let you know that, man, it is going to be confusing time, especially for those in cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. Wondering what's going on. Why is the NASDAQ melting up? Why is the S&P 500 melting up? And why is Bitcoin not doing anything, right? It's going to be the question of the day. One of the things here, unemployment rate is all the way down there, 3.4%. It keeps going down. I know there's different ways of measuring what the maybe real unemployment rate is, but the reality of the situation is this is a chart from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, which is a government, and that's what they're going to use. So while that is down, guys, while that's down, you're going to see this go up probably. And S&P 500, the NASDAQ, moonshotting up more or less, going up 1.2%, 1.3%. I was right about that. I said, guys, these assets right here, indices, are probably going to be going up and to the right for a majority of the year, majority of the rest of the year, like August, September, maybe in October or something like that, with corrections along the way. But the question is assets like GBTC and Bitcoin, what are they doing? Why are they going sideways? You know, when NASDAQ does a moonshot, right? Bitcoin's supposed to do the moonshot too. Doesn't look like it's the case. So I'm going to be willing to admit a mistake on my part, because I was very confident that the indices in the S&P 500 are going to be going up and to the right for most of 2023, as I posted on Twitter and said on YouTube. Just didn't think Bitcoin was going to do a U-turn, okay? Or GBTC. So what do? Well, Bitcoin probably going into grind mode. So here's GBTC, guys, okay? GBTC, Bitcoin goes up right here, 27,000, and GBTC will go up, right? I think most of my followers understand that. You know, these are like, relatives, right? One goes up, the same one is going to go up too. Actually, GBTC had more of a pump than Bitcoin, 146%. GBTC here is coming down for this liquidity, guys, into that demand zone. More than likely, here's the 40-period moving average. It's stuck on the 20. It's going to bounce probably up, back down in those areas, what I'm expecting, and it's going to probably be a grind, okay? And then it'll be the same ideal here for Bitcoin. Let me go to a clean chart. I think I have a clean chart. Where do I have a clean chart? Here we have a clean chart, and it'll be the same thing for Bitcoin, guys, is what I'd be checking out. Here's a 40-period moving average, okay? There's a 9, come down, it might get up and then eventually break that. And then I show you some information that I'm looking at. You know, Bitcoin hasn't even come down to that demand zone at 24,500, guys. Okay. Pretty sure it's going to be getting down there. There's the 40-period moving average on this chart. These are my support resistance. A lot of support right there. You got massive support right there. I know a lot of people reporting, well, if it breaks 26,000, it's going to do a drop all the way down to 20. I don't think so, guys. Most of the selling in Bitcoin has been done. You know, retail is not going to send it down there. No, all this selling over here is done. I think it's going to be a grind all the way down there, guys. To do a serious drop, yeah, a lot of institutional players will have to drop that pretty significantly. But S&P 500 is probably on the road to 4,300. And, it's going to be up and to the right for most of 2023 for these S&P 500 and the NASDAQ, guys. Like I said, I'll be one that I made a mistake. These were going to go up and to the right, so I thought for sure Bitcoin was going to be going up and to the right. I was wrong about that. So what do? Well, you just wait for the opportunity, guys. Like I've been reporting on my channel, nobody wants to hear it. So you want to unsubscribe? Go ahead. I'm going to tell you the truth, okay? It's going to be a grind for probably the most of the month of June. All right? I got to tell you, I think, hey, okay, let's go over to Bitcoin, right? So here's crypto Twitter. You got the Moon Boys saying it's going up there to this, whatever price level, 40K, 48K. Some of them got 150, some got 90, some got 100 of that stuff, okay? It's not going to be doing that anytime soon, okay? Got a little bit of a wait. And then you got the Bear Boys saying it's going down to 10,000. I'm not either camp right now. Short term, I'm bearish. And I think it's going to be a grind, guys. It's going to be a grind, bore you out. But that gives you an opportunity. ETH, Ethereum, looking at this, hitting the that resistance right there. Is Ethereum going to be doing another one of these back down here and then get out of there? It could be, guys. It could be. And it could take it a little while. And then Ethereum, I think, is going to have a chance to outshine Bitcoin sometime into the future, in my opinion, guys. Ethereum is actually this. It's looking like. Let me go to a cleaner chart. Like Ethereum, here's the 40-period moving average all the way down here at the 15 area, and then it has the 200. I think the 9 to 200 is the area that it might go to in this area, guys. So the 9 will go like this, the 200 will go like this, and you have a move in that area, guys. That I think is Ethereum's going to be doing. It's actually seems to be stronger than Bitcoin as per the downside, if you will. And in the meantime, go look for projects that look decent. I've gone over a few of them. Just I think it's going to be best to make sure you're going to be looking into these projects. They're not plastered all over crypto, Twitter, and YouTube. Because by the time that you hear about those projects, it's usually too late, like Quant, like I said, example with Quant is buying Quant back over in these areas down here, they didn't want to hear about it. It was going to $10. But by the time the YouTube and Twitter were talking about it, it was up here. Well, Twitter got in right here, and then YouTube got in right here and over here. So, and when it was interesting to see that like one was on YouTube is like, oh, see, told you, man, Quant's no good now. Boom, it dumped. But like they forget to tell you, like, well, what about this move? What about that move? So that's what I think could be going on. Shield Protocol guys doing a little bit of a dump. Want to see it get down there to $1 area. Would be handy if it got down there, guys. High risk, not financial advice. It's one that I'm looking at. I like the setup. I mean, look at that. Pretty bullish. Here's the thing too, guys. I'm getting the new coins. So I'm looking at this pattern in crypto. And the reality of it is their first waves are their most massive waves. And then they do a correction and then they go into these other waves. So the newer coins are going to do these massive waves in 2023, 2024. And then the other coins are going to be doing, they already had their massive wave. So up one and then they came back down, right? So massive wave back down. And then they go into kind of like this. Not all of them, but most of them, they start going trending up like this, right? Start building out, kind of like Litecoin as an example, right? You take a look at Litecoin. So here's Litecoin. I'm actually quite bullish on Litecoin right now, guys. I'm more bullish on Litecoin than I'm on Ethereum. Or not Ethereum, but Bitcoin. So you take a look at Litecoin on a monthly chart. I think this is all of Litecoin, right? So here's Litecoin, right? This isn't the whole chart, but you can see when Litecoin came out, right? Here, Litecoin came out and bam. And then what? Boom, 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 boom. And then it's over here. I do have targets on Litecoin. It's coming up to this supply zone up here, guys. Okay. That area right there. Massive supply zone. Probably tag it up into those areas. That's from 180 into as high as 308, something like that with Litecoin, guys. How long will it take to get up there? Who knows, man? It's like, look at this. This right here, it took it 245 days, 280 days. And is it going to grind up there? Remains to be seen. That's the issue is that, here's a really, really good wave, did a correction, nice and deep. I like, that's what you want to see, in a bull market, nice corrections, smooth corrections, even though they go deep and scare everybody, but the problem with the lack of liquidity and the uncertainty in the market is it changes and you have more grinding periods is unfortunately what we're getting into, guys. But, clean wave up, nice correction, pretty decent correction over here too. It was nice and clean. And then it went in grind mode. And is it going to continue to do grind mode? It could, guys. And then in the middle, maybe quick moves and grind, quick move, grind, all the way up like that. It could do something like that. So until the markets just suss itself out, what I went over with the interest rates, this area right here, this is going up and down, back and forth like a day trader. Okay. This was at 70%, came down to 30, back down over here. So the market doesn't know, is the Fed going to raise rates? Is it not going to raise rates? I think it's going to be one more rate hike and then they're going to do a pause. You look at the inflation, people going over that, truflation's all the way down here, 273. The government's looking at the unemployment rate and the truflation or it's an inflation rate, which is actually, right here is it, 4.9 is what they report. And that's what they're going to use because it's the Bureau Labor of Statistics government website. So that's what they're reporting. I doubt that the Fed and JP are going to go, oh, this is really what it is, man. And that's what we should go. They're not going to do that, unfortunately. That's the reality of it. And then if you go to the other markets too, like the treasuries, it's a mess over there, guys, inverted yield curve, right? Look at the 10-year, 1-year treasuries, 5.2, 4.4 for the 2 years, and the 10 years are 3.6. So that's come on, that's a mess over there. It's a mess right over there, guys. So the S&P 500 going up, and then you have the other ones. Here's the RSP, which is the equal weight. And just looking at this, it's in this section on the equal weight, right? Okay, so the equal weight was like doing really, really well. Okay, the equal weight is measuring all the assets in the S&P 500 equally instead of giving more weight to the others that are in there, whoever's in there. I think Google possibly, things like that. Okay, they give more weight to that, but it has a clear 5-way move up, a nice flat in this section on the equal weight right in here, nice big flat, and it did a nice move up, and now it's grind down. Is it finished its correction in that area? It very well could have. It came down and got that demand, and it shot out of there. Okay, so it could have. So you see a nice demand zone right. Oh, I got it on there. Okay, I already had it on there. Demand zone right in that area, and it's shooting out. Is it done with its correction? It could be, because this is a nice little impulse move that it made. Okay, so even though Bitcoin is sitting still and grinding, you want these assets, 3, is that enough? 3, and then it's out. It could be, guys, or maybe it's one more swing back around, but you want these assets to start making moves out of there, guys. Okay, or indices, I should say, and not so much of a grind. Dow Jones Industrial was same thing with what I was looking at. It's same picture with the Dow Jones making a move up this way impulsively, and this whole big long drawn out wave correction that took it from December all the way into March, and then another impulsive move in this direction, and then coming out, and looks like it hit that demand zone perfectly. Boom. You see that, tagged it, and then maybe it's out of there on the Dow Jones Industrial. And while those do that, that would give a good signal to Bitcoin, guys. Maybe something will happen. We'll just, some sort of miracle come back down, hit that demand zone at 24/7, and then eventually get out of there. It could happen. That's what I'm waiting for, guys. I really want to see Bitcoin hit this zone. Okay. I want to see Bitcoin hit this zone right here and see what happens in the reaction out of it. Okay. So that's how I'm looking at that. I wish I had better news to report on the cryptocurrency market, but there's a lot of good projects. I've been going over some of them that are down there. The smaller ones that I think are going to have a lot better opportunity to rip pretty hard. Even if Bitcoin, let's say, so as an example, here's Bitcoin, and let's say it does come down, grab some liquidity at 24.6. And then, it's not super bullish. Maybe it just goes up to 35 or 40. Some of these other ones over here can really do a pretty good rip, guys. There were some coins. If you think about this, you see this area on Bitcoin right here when it was trending up in this section. You can go look at some other coins. I don't have any off the top of my head, but in that section when Bitcoin was just going from 15 all the way up to like 18, they ripped like a 3x, 4x, 5x on some of the coins, guys. So that could happen too. So wish I had a little bit more positive news for you guys to report on, trying to let you guys know that, hey, probably a little bit of a grind for Bitcoin. And unfortunately, I thought, Bitcoin was the new tech stock in town. And if the NASDAQ was going to be blasting up and the tech stocks would be blasting up, that Bitcoin would be going along for the ride. And that was obviously a colossal error on my part. So didn't work out so well. But there will be another opportunity because when Bitcoin comes down and does a correction and it rips off its wave, it's a lot faster than the Nasdaq is the reality of it. The reality of the situation, guys, is that like Bitcoin went up to 31 and it's only down 14%. It's only down 14%. And it did, let's say you got in down here and into this area, it's like up 81%. So here's that 40 period moving average. That's from the weekly chart, but that's how I have it, it coming down right in this area, guys, is really what I want to see. I want to see that grab that demand, see what it does. Boom. See if it can get out of there, guys. Okay. If you made it all the way to the end, do me a huge favor, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. Peace.